Can you hear me now? Should be good now. If not, let me know. All right, thanks. Okay, so as I was saying to myself, Dragon's Tower, there is no health regen, so I'm using basically my nightmare mode setup, but substituting out regen for more area of effect, and then weakness, explosion, projectile P, projectile M, and then anything else that can try and do a little bit more damage, so critical strike. It's kind of the combination I'm going for here. I've never done difficulty 30. I think I did 26 last week in partial heroic gear, and it went fine. So I'm going to try 30. The big thing for DT is just it's a damage stat check. So unless you have enough damage to clear Horde, you're going to lose. There are, however, better heroes. Warlord, Werebeast, anything else with healing, Shield Warden. Healing or shields are what you're going for, really. So we'll see how this goes. The other big one is having featured heroes. So the featured heroes are really big for Dragon's Tower. And this week it's Rocket Pilot and Nutcracker, which I own. So I'm going to upgrade them real quick. The extra damage and health that they have is huge. It makes at least lets them clear a couple of floors where they wouldn't be able to otherwise. So having the featured heroes is big. And that's why it stunk for like 3 or 4 weeks when it was only like those avatar heroes, because you just like couldn't use them, or at least I couldn't use any of them. And they're really important for higher levels of Dragon Tower. So I think I'm all set up. Let me just check real quick. Oh, pets, that's the big one. So for Dragon's Tower, the big open secret here is you want to use Hydra Basilisk and not Crystal Saurus or any other pets if you have them. You can heal in the geysers, and since there is no other source of healing in Dragon's Tower, the geyser healing is really big. So that's like the big open secret tip number 1 is like use Hydra Basilisk for the healing. I'm going to go with Rocket Pilot because he's my favorite. He's actually one of my favorite heroes, and I don't frequently get to use him, so I'm going to give him a shot here. There is a modifier on this one, Frozen Zones, which I actually haven't seen before. So this might be only available at like higher difficulties. So I'll give this a shot, see how it goes. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. I'll try and not go too fast on selecting weapons and stuff so that I can answer questions and let you like choose along in weapon selection and tome selection. So the first 30 seconds of Dragon Tower floors are like the most difficult because you don't have any starting upgrades, and the Horde will like usually get to you a little bit. So like you're going to take some damage in the first 30 seconds, which isn't great, but you want to try and minimize it as best you can. So you can tell here that like this is Rocket Pilot with the big damage boost, and he's just barely clearing out Horde before they get to him. So without that damage boost, like it just wouldn't work. Let's see if I can not take any damage right now. So I'm trying to get as much damage as I can early in the run, and then I'm going to go more defensive. And you kind of have to build for like your roster. So you have to assume that some of your weaker heroes are going to get cleared out, or and you're going to have to like go in with like your backups or your better heroes. So try and build towards like what will eventually be your best heroes, and maybe not necessarily the hero that you're using right now, if that makes sense. But Rocket Pilot, I'm basically just trying to do enough damage to survive. So here's the fun part. His ultimate actually maintains its invulnerability in Dragon's Tower because he's flying. So like you can fly over Horde. This is the best. This is why I love this guy. This like one animation of like during his ultimate where you get to fly around. It's really fun in faction wars where you can fly out of like the last like gate and just like go roaming and have fun. So Scrap Hammer, I've been experimenting with this recently. Orchardist in Cake or Death, he's one of the better players in the game. He's usually like top 10 boss brawl. Swears by Scrap Hammer is like the best Dragon Tower item. So I trust him. He's really good and better at this game than I am. So I am now trying to test more Scrap Hammer generally. And Scrap Hammer's been really strong so far in my like testing in like dungeon and in nightmare mode with this most recent patch. So give it a try here. And then so I'm gonna go for probably Area of Tome here to increase the Scrap Hammer radius, and then get the evolved bombs. Bombs are gonna be real important just for applying burning to enemies. So burning multipliers, any other status multipliers you can get are super helpful with these later end game modes where Horde have a lot more health and you have to hit them a whole bunch because the multiple to damage is really big. And we've hit our first and only dragon in Dragon's Tower. These elite drakes are the only dragon in Dragon's Tower, which is kind of sad right now. But the best way to kite them is to just give yourself some space and then room to move. So like the further away you can get from them, the more time you'll have to move between their attacks. All right, and I'm going to be damage starved still too, but let's see what we get here. So on that same vein of doing status multipliers, poison darts is probably the answer here too. You can tell like things like don't die right away like they do in regular mode. So you have to applying statuses makes a difference. I'm also playing in the corner, which is on purpose. So the corners of DT are like the best places to stand to minimize the damage that you take. All right, Armor Tome here is probably the play. In case I do get hit, I'll minimize the damage that I do take. Right, and so staying in the corner, you limit where the Horde spawn. And so they're not really spawning behind me. Well, they are a little bit now. And it makes your you can concentrate your damage a little bit better. All right, so Evasion Tome here is probably the play too to upgrade Poison Darts. It'll also give me a slow, which will be nice. This ultimate is awesome. Look at this dude flying around. Right? Like just no damage. So they disabled invulnerability, but they didn't disable flying apparently. So Rocket Pilot can fly. The problem is just when you land, you gotta make sure you're not landing in Pile of Horde. Oh, look at those frozen. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Little frozen areas. Let's see. Rounding out this build, I'll do projectile speed for the Scrap Hammer upgrade. Yeah, Scrap Hammer's doing work. You can see it here now. Full spin. And I only have it at 3 stars. 5 stars doubles the number of hammers and would really be keeping the Horde at bay. All right. Well, that was floor 1 complete. You got a sense here, 174 million DPS for Rocket Pilot. He's star level 3, 3-star forge. I don't think I skilled up any of his skills. I should probably, I don't need to do it right now. All right. Hero orbs, nice. If you're doing lower difficulties, you can wear as much noble gear as you can get away with, and noble gear that has hero orb plus hero orbs is better. So anything, what would that be? That would be like helm and boots, I think. Yeah. So feel free to ask anything in chat about Dragon's Tower, about the game generally. I'll try and answer questions as I go too. I had a lot of fun doing the heroic opening just because it was like a fun way to interact with you guys. So feel free to ask me anything. I'm happy to answer questions as we go here. Yeah, Rocket Pilot is great. Is just one of the featured heroes. So normally he probably won't survive that long in Dragon's Tower, but this featured hero buff is huge. That times 3 damage is ginormous. So being able to use any of the featured heroes is really big. I got Living Forge early. I know like the adventure ends like tomorrow, but I got him as part of being in the creator program. Unfortunately, I don't have him at 125, so I can't use him in this game mode. But all your featured heroes are real big. I'll give Nutcracker a try next. He should be able to survive. So I have a video on Dragon's Tower coming out in a couple weeks. I'm editing it right now. There are like what I consider 3 classes of heroes for Dragon's Tower. There are your like aces. I gotta focus a little bit. Aces, kings, and 2s is how I think about them in cards, or like in chess, you could think them as like almost like queens, knights, and pawns. You're gonna have like your absolute best heroes, which are like your aces or your queens, and then you have knights, which will be able to clear like a floor or two, and then pawns, which basically are just like your shelf heroes that you wanted to use just to like start out floors. So a bunch of weaker heroes. Okay, so like I said in the first floor, I'm looking for more sleep damage here. Um, your weaker heroes can just like eat up the damage. That like, see how I took like slight amount of damage in that first 30 seconds? You can use weaker heroes just to like eat that damage and not have it applied to your better heroes. So like even something like this, right? Like Nutcracker's got 3 times damage multiple going on right now, and he's barely clearing this stuff out. So weaker heroes are just like not gonna live, and you can use them just to start out the floor so that your main hero doesn't take as much damage. Yeah, thanks, James. And you're Paradox, right? So I put a name to the gamer name. Yes, I will go over my equipment too after I finish this floor. It's a mix of trying to get basically as much damage as you can with Wizard Boots and Wizard Ring. So I'm running 4 Rogue with Wizard Boots and Wizard Ring right now. If you have enough damage, you can switch out for make it more like a farming run and put in as much noble gear as you can. And then higher levels of heroic, when you're like stronger than I am, you can drop the rogue chest and the rogue and the wizard ring for knight pieces, and those two allow you to use shields that explode to get rid of elites. So I'll do that in some later floors here. That's like kind of more advanced tip. All right. And then I'm looking for status multiples again, so like poison darts is the play here. Yeah, Nutcracker is a lot of fun. So he's not necessarily the best hero, but he's a lot of fun. Ice Wand is going to be big here just for keeping Horde at bay, so that's going to be kind of core build. I'm going to do basically the... Ooh, there's a elite on me I didn't see. The core build here is basically the same for everyone. It's status multiples and then adding in as much defense as you can get away with. So it's a combination of like damage and status multiples. Let's see here. I'm going to use Death Ray for the burning, and also so that it that when it evolves into Death Ray, adds a slow and just a ton of damage. So Death Ray, like later in the game, when you have it up at 4 and 5 stars, does a significant amount of damage in addition to like keeping Horde slowed, which keeps them away from you. So Nightmare mode and hard mode arena, Dragon's Tower, the slow from Death Ray is huge. And also you'll see at the end here, I'll do the stat screen again. It's going to be like my second highest DPS probably. Because these guys have so much HP, it just constantly stays on them and applies damage. And now what I want to try and do is like stand in geysers as best I can here. Now that I've almost full build for the floor, standing in geysers will let me heal up as much as I can grab from each floor. It takes like 3 to 4 floors usually to like heal up to full if you like, take like a substantial amount of damage. My queen heroes are Warlord, Werebeast, Shield Warden, and then Astral Mage at higher levels. It's all the guys that have like self-healing and shields are the big guys. Right, so Death Ray and Spiky Board doing work here. Actually significantly outdamaged the Nutcrusher. So many good names for weapons in this game. And this is both lower than Rocket Pilot, which is kind of interesting. So I'll try and run Spiky Board and Death Ray with Rocket Pilot on the next run. And then, let's see, floors here. And what gear did I'll show you my gear real quick. And I'll actually switch over to, so many ads. I'll switch over to Knight. So this is typically what I run in Dragon's Tower, just to like get as much DPS as I can. DPS is usually my biggest issue, so I'll take it where I can get it as best I can. I don't have like a tricked out account the way like Dog Josh does. Dog Josh is awesome. If you ever get him to send you screenshots of of his gameplay, where the lazy dog comes from, where like he has so much damage, he doesn't move. It's great. I don't have that luxury, so I usually have to like get as much damage as I can out of the build. I will try switching out. We'll see how this goes for floor. I don't know if I'm going to have enough damage to pull it off, but you can switch out when you have heroic. Heroic Knight plate will give you a shield for every 10 seconds. It doesn't actually give you invulnerability, but what it does allow you to do is use the shield explosion from Knight's Ring, and that can help take out elites. So I haven't had any issues so far clearing out elites, but if you do, you can use that explosion. It's like a very old school nightmare mode trick to clear out some of like the elites, because it'll just like instant kill them. It's like the one little trick with that Knight explosion. So I'll give this a shot for a floor, see how it goes. But general build is just like do as much damage as you can, because that's usually the problem. I'm going to try Warlord now. I don't know if he's going to have enough damage to survive. So we'll find out. Yeah, you can see details, sure. Let me check that real quick. So he's at 8,200 plus damage and 2,400 physical damage. So like Dog Josh is at like 15k. It's awesome. And then, yeah, just so cooldown, I have a 38%. I should probably add in a cooldown jewel. That would make sense to hit 40 there. And my crit's near 100% with Warlord. Let me actually throw in a... cooldown jewel. That matters on the margins. Thoughts on the new main screen layout? It took me like 20 minutes yesterday to figure out how to get to nightmare mode. I don't know why they made that little button there. I was like, what? How do you switch? And I'm getting used to I got used to the pets on the right. That's different, but I got used to it so far. Hopefully I don't switch it. No. Man, once a week somebody leaves now. Man, really? So many high level players have been leaving the last couple months. Kind of sad. Cake retired. That was or not Cake. Wave retired. That was sad. All right, so I'll try and show you how this the Knight Ring interacts with the Knight Chest in order to clear out elites. But this is also a 1,500 floor horde. 1,500 horde floor. So it might be a little tricky because I'm gonna have to deal with those like special segments. And you can see here that like even my Warlord is like not clearing things out in the first 30 seconds. Just because he attacks so slow. The cooldown is so low that he doesn't have time to hit anything. The nice thing about Warlord is he does so much damage eventually that you can invest in disruption early. The big thing for Warlord in any game mode is just evolving his weapon. Man, like I got like a level there before this segment starts. Evolving his weapon is huge. Ooh. I swear to God, the hitboxes on arrows is crap. Like, there are so many times where I don't get hit by these arrows, and it says I do. The big thing with archers, which I'm trying to do now, as I skip through all my thoughts, is just not keep them on the screen. Like, literally just run away. If archers aren't on the screen, they can't shoot. So the further away you can get from them, the better. And on these 1,500 horde floors, I try and prioritize defense a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to try and kill this Drake using the Knight trick. So you can see my shield there exploded. So I have a shield now, and if I can get it to explode on the Drake, he'll just go away. So yeah, we saw it there. So just like full health to nothing. If you can get that Knight ring to explode right next to a horde, it just evaporates them. That's an old school nightmare mode trick. Back before the nerfs and the patches, you had to do that in nightmare mode in order to clear out horde for like storm, like shield warden and stuff. I'm going to do death rate here. Is the big evo for the slow and the damage. Let's see. Warlord scales really nicely with AoE. Both wide swing and his blood pools get AoE bonuses. At this point, I have Armor Tome, which is great for defense. I have like enough damage here. I could go Life Tome. I'm gonna start just trying to like not take damage is pretty much the goal. So standing geysers as best I can, and then avoid all the horde. So these Slimer guys, these guys like always get you. It's a pain in the butt. But the key to kiting for them is to like just go in a circle and like kind of like go like against the grain. Has been my like one little kiting tip with them. All right, these are 360 archers. Don't like them. But again, if the archers aren't on the screen, they don't shoot. So my goal with archers is just keep them off the screen as best I can. Yeah. The Warlord damage is nuts. Right? This is crazy. And I'm not paying attention to the kamikaze bug. The Warlord damage is nuts, right? So like Rocket Pilot, it was at 3 times damage multiple and was having trouble clearing horde. And the Warlord is not, and he's taking care of elites. Oof. So kamikaze, man, the kamikaze bug didn't even get to me there. That's nuts. These orange globs of glue are my least favorite because they just shoot so many projectiles that avoiding them is a giant pain. And I don't know if they have real horde names or not, but giant globs of glue are what I call them. All right. So like I don't know at this level of difficulty whether or not anybody besides Warlord is going to have enough damage later in the run. Blood pools are doing work. So like if all else fails, stand in a blood pool because that'll help you clear out horde to a certain degree. Ooh, don't stand in fire. Video games 101. All right, I think I lived through this one. All right. Floor 3 dead. I mean, so that Crimson Cleaver, right, is doing 45 DPS more, 45 million DPS more per second than Rocket Pilot was. And Rocket Pilot's got a 3 times damage multiple going. Just nutty. Let's see. Minotaur. So Minotaur, I think, is going to be great for all game modes, all these like end of game modes. Reduces incoming damage with his like bull rush here. Let's see. He has a weaken enemy. That's new. So every 6 seconds, he weakens enemies for 2 seconds. Right? Like that's different. And all kills fill a meter. So it's going to be like, does he do enough damage to go with his tankiness? That's basically everyone in the warrior faction is, do they have enough damage to combine with the tankiness from Shield Warden and Knight? Part of the reason why it's like hidden here, but the reason why the Warriors faction is so strong is honestly because of Knight. So that plus armor and then Shield Warden. So the double plus armor makes everybody in the Warriors Guild incredibly strong for these like end of game content. And you can see here too, I probably should mention that I'm running those two for the armor, and then I'm running Blade Master for crit, and then you could potentially, right, if you don't need the damage, you could run pushback from Paladin as like the last one. Also, what's really nice about the Warriors Guild, is that so many of them are free to play that you can get up to like level 20 for that additional scaling bonus really easily. So right there, because Lionheart, Paladin, Blade Master, Knight, they're all free. Getting to level 20 is big. So like look at my sad Shadow Syndicate is still at 16. So like all these other guys are like up over 20, but my Shadow Syndicate is still 16. So that's, which is kind of, I mean, it means I have room for growth here for Assassin and in Boss Brawl, but I really need that guy. If Dark Paladin or Necromancer are available in this like next event, I'm definitely going for them. 351 hero shards on this dude. So sad. I'm gonna go back to Rocket Pilot, give him a go. Whoop. Yeah, these 3,500 horde floors are really good for healing back up too. So if you have the damage to clear them out, you won't take any damage from like those special segments, and you can heal up in the geysers as best you can. I call it jumping from geyser to geyser puddle jumping. So everyone should call it that, even if you don't want to. I'm inventing terminology as best I can. Hack kiting, that's my big contribution to the scene. So I'm looking for damage here, and then secondary be something like Ice Wand just to keep horde at bay. Scrap Hammers that too. I'm a believer. Orchardist has got me believing. I think I'm gonna go Ice Wand just to not take damage. And you know what? I bet you his cooldown is even lower than Warlord, so I should check what his cooldown is in the stat screen after this. Remember to use your ultimate, too, from your pet if you need it for the additional slow. Yeah, Scrap Hammer's doing work. Look at that pushback. I'm going to go... So Boar is actually also super strong, has a slow and pushback, and does a ton of damage. So I'm going to go with that one for now. That's got everything you want for like these late game modes. Yeah, man, Scrap Hammer's doing work. Okay, I got to keep investing in that. It's at 3-star now. I got to get it up to 5-star. That'll help me clear out these later Dragon Tower modes. And my plan is to do Dragon Tower once a week and do like this informal Q&A stuff too. That'll be like my way of trying to get a little bit more content in each week. And just interacting with people, because it's a lot of fun to interact with everyone in the scene. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to ask. I'm here to answer general Q&A too, as well as go over Dragon Tower strategies and stuff. I also got a new shelf hero. See that little guy? We were at the beach over the last couple of weeks, and my son wanted in one of the vending machines. So now I got a new shelf hero on the shelf. Do I have night? I don't think I have. Did I take off the night gear? I'm not sure. Again, evolving for Death Ray. Death Ray is like one of the single biggest DPS bumps, and for me in Nightmare mode, or sorry, in Dragon's Tower. No, I do have night up, or at least I have the level up. Yeah, nice. So that you can use it at Ascended too, technically. It has the explosion at Ascended. It's just I don't know if you'll have enough I don't know if you'll have enough damage generally. Well, I guess you'd be substituting out Wizard Ring, which only helps against Frozen Horde. So the Night Ring is maybe a viable solution for clearing out some of the elites, even at lower levels of difficulty. Oh yeah, I'll go over the Bulwark. Sorry, I went over Minotaur. I'll go over Bulwark next. The big thing with Bulwark, I'm pretty sure, is the level 5-star Forge gives you a shield, which is going to be probably like really, really important. I'm evolving Scrap Hammer here. And it doesn't... I don't know if I have the Knight chest still equipped. I'm not seeing the animation, but I see it on level up, my shield, so I'll keep trying to take out these Horde on level up. Armor Tome is big here in case I take any damage. So, but right now I'm invincible, so that's the nice thing. They haven't patched out Rocket Pilot being invincible during his ultimate. He's technically flying, so maybe that's why. But he flies over everything, so you can go wherever you please when you have Rocket Pilot's ultimate going. It's a lot of fun. He's in my favorite. I think thematically my favorite hero too. I haven't gotten to use him a whole ton, but he's a lot of fun to play. Ooh, that was a lot of gold. See, I can just like fly over everything. The key is you just don't want to land. You don't want to land in fire. So I'm going to have to be a little bit careful. There we go. Floor complete. Okay. Yeah, so Spiky Boar and Death Ray are doing more than Missile. And again, that's Missile at 3 times. So I'll use some of my other heroes later in the run for as openers. I call them pawns or like 2s and cards. Like your worst heroes at 125 are really good for opening up a stage, opening up a floor, so that they can eat some of the damage. And I will try and heal Nutcracker back up during this floor, see if we can do that. This is going to be like the first 30 seconds or so. Whether or not he cannot take damage right now, it's going to be big. I have not figured out how to manipulate Horde flow. His big thing is damage. So I want to take Armor Tome here, but if I don't take any other like form of disruption or damage, I'm just going to get hit too often. So that won't be great. But the only way you can manipulate Horde generation is at least is just by standing near a wall. Again, I'm going to go for more damage here, so Area Tome. Right, so like Horde can't spawn against this wall when I stand against it. So at least lets you like control the flow of Horde to a certain degree, but it's not like in Nightmare mode where you can Hex Kite and like have any kind of skill expression in how you manipulate Horde. Yeah. Oh, and my plan is to do this every Thursday. That's why it's called Dragon Tower Thursdays, even though it's a Friday. My video capture card came yesterday, but it didn't work, so I had to go get a new one, and so I couldn't stream yesterday. But now the video capture card is working, so should be good to go. Every Thursday for probably like an hour and a half, I'll try and get in do my Dragon Towers run on stream. Just mostly just to give it like another way to like interact with you guys, because it's like the most fun thing about playing video games, in my opinion, now that I'm old, is like the scene and the interaction with other players. All right, let's see how Scrap Hammer does here. I'm gonna try and kill it. Yeah, man, I'm nailing these night explosions. I also took Fire Orbs. Fire Orbs, interestingly enough, a lot of endgame players don't use them, but they're the single best application of vulnerability in a game mode like this. Because they spin so fast and hit the same guy so many times, you can get vulnerability applied to a lot of Horde really quickly, which amps your damage again. So it won't be one of your top damage dealing weapons, but it's great for getting vulnerability applied. I'm going to go Boar here for damage and for defense. Boar is just the best weapon in the game. 5-star Boar is fantastic. Oh, and I got to remember to check my knight setup after this too, because I don't see the animation right now for the shield. I only see the animation on level up. Nutcracker's fun. He's unfortunately just like a weaker version of Warlord. He got a very similar setup and toolkit. All right, I have the shield up if I can hit it when I get back. So we'll see if it can. Nope, no one's around me. I will run Barbarian for sure. Barbarian is one of my knights. So I consider Barbarian, Knight, Monk, Bunny to be like the class 2 of the best heroes in Dragon's Tower. And now I'm at the point where I can start taking armor for defense, if in case I do get hit. Those heroes are fantastic for clearing out a floor or two. Since they don't have any self-healing, like Nutcracker here, if you take damage, it sticks. And so they're not the absolute best for the game mode, but they are very, very strong. In particular, I think that Barbarian, of that like next set of heroes, is very, very good for this game mode. The Rage from his skills allows him to do enough damage to clear out Horde. And again, damage has always been my limiting factor so far. Let's go. I'm going to go projectile speed for the upgraded Scrap Hammer, just so it spins faster. But yeah, Barbarian is great for this game mode. Living Forge, unfortunately, I don't have it 125, so I can't run him in Dragon's Tower. The issue with Living Forge is a lot of fun, and his globals are solid, so I would definitely go and get him in adventure mode if you can for like the standard 1300 gems or whatever. But the way his kit works, where you have to let me not take damage at the last second here. The way his kit works, you have to hit the anvil all the time, which makes like doing concentrated or like specific damage hard, and makes it hard to use in like boss brawl. And you're required to stand still to hit it, so you can't kite. So not ideal in terms of like hero design for Living Forge, but he's a lot of fun. Not a waste of 100. He helped me through. He helped me through the boredom of clearing out the end of hard mode. So back then, I was using him with like Blade Master and Knight and Monk in rotation, so I could like just change up my heroes as I was going through the end of hard mode. Because at the end, like hard mode just gets really boring. 390 floors in, 390 chapters in. So changing up the hero at least made it interesting. Oh, I also used Werebeast back then too. Where's Barbie's up top somewhere, right? And then let me check. So my big issue with okay, so I was running Knight, but I didn't see that shield animate. It must have been there, but I wasn't seeing it. So maybe it wasn't. My big concern with Warlord, or sorry, with Barbarian, is just going to be whether or not I have enough damage, particularly at the beginning of the floor. So this is a 1500 floor. So for 1500 horde floors, when you have those two special segments, I prefer to run Shield Warden because you don't need as much damage, and the shielding will eat up all like the splash damage you take during those special segments. I'll run Barb now, see if I can do it and not be bad. See if I can have some skill. But it's just going to be like right now. Like, can he see like the first horde got to me already? I don't know if he'll have enough damage to do this. In lower difficulties, I've been running, typically I'll run like 3 or 4 floors each week with Barbarian because he, at those levels of floors, has enough damage to survive at least a couple floors. I'm probably going to go AoE here for more damage. Again, that's the big, my repeating refrain has been that I don't have enough damage. Right, so he's like, I just can't not get hit, unfortunately, right now. All right, damage tome it is. Yeah, maybe I should have got armor tome because this is not gonna be fun. All right, and this is why I like Shield Warden because like I'm gonna get hit here by something. Right, there's just like no way to avoid 5 giant things jumping on your face. Whee! Sometimes the best strategy is just to stand still. But not now. Yeah, right. So like it's unfortunate. Ooh, go berserk, dude. I don't think he's gonna have the damage to survive through this. Maybe I should have tried to greed for armor tome there. But yeah, Dragon's Tower is just a constant like balance between do you have enough damage to clear out the horde, and then can you survive enough and heal back up when you do get hit? Okay, so armor tome. That's a straight bore. Oh man, I got 2 elites with blobs. This is not gonna be fun. I'm also playing invisibility mode, which I think you need for Dragon's Tower. If like you have like other stuff showing up, you just can't see what you need to be able to see. This is actually, I'm pretty happy with that kiting right there. The one thing also to note is like you're not dead till you're dead. So like I know I have like basically no HP right now, but I'm not dead yet. So I'm gonna try and milk it as best I can. I would like to be able to stand in geysers, but I just don't have the damage to deal with these elites. Armor tome. No armor tome. Let's go boomerang. Boomerang is one of my old school favorite weapons for the level 2 forge and the stun. Is like great in nightmare mode. Just put 1 point in it for the additional stun chance. Oh, all right, we cleared out one of those elites. All right, this is just like, I don't think I'm going to have the damage here. Survive? Armor tome. All right. Living on a prayer. Hey, he did it. Attaboy. 117. Was it Rocket Pilot was 174, right? So, right. Look at that spike board doing doing work. And that took way more concentration than I was hoping for. But so that's Barbarian. I like him a lot at lower difficulties. Right now, it's just right the damage cap there. Like Horde were hitting me, I couldn't do anything about it, and he can't heal. I guess I could probably dodge them better, but did best I could. Yeah, you're never dead till you're dead. Let's see. This is a 125, so I'm gonna try Shield Warden. Where is that guy at? Oh, I like Tinker a lot. You know who I like a lot too is Leprechaun. I feel like Leprechaun with if you can forge him up, I think he's probably going to be really strong. I don't have the super tokens or the money to invest in getting him up to 5-star forge, but his 5-star forge has a shield built into his kit, and it's got to be strong for these kinds of game modes. He also just has like innately a ton of damage, so Leprechaun I feel like at a higher forge could be interesting. So the big thing with Shield Warden is just damage. Like this guy can survive, and you're gonna end up running through Horde a lot. It's just, do you have the damage to like not take? Do you have the damage to not take too much damage when you run through the Horde? So we'll see. At lower difficulties, he's been great because he does have enough damage. I don't know at this level if he's gonna be able to survive through all this. So I want Armor Tome and I want Damage Tome. So I'm gonna go Damage Tome, and then we're gonna start greeting for Armor Tome afterwards. But you can tell, like, right, like these great, like the orange Slimers, like I don't mind getting hit because if I get hit by one of them, unlike Barbarian, the damage isn't gonna stick, right? It's just gonna go to my shield, right, like that on purpose. Like I just stood still there, and it's totally fine. So Shield Warden is one of the best heroes for Dragon's Tower. Again, it's just going to be a damage check. I think I have Knight, right? Knight Shield. You can try and greed and let his shield expire, his blue shield, for the explosion next to an elite to clear him out. All right, Armor Tome. Nope. Let's go Bomb. No, that didn't work. That was my attempt at getting my shield to explode on the elite, and it did not work great. I should be able to heal back up that minimal amount of damage, though. All right, event segment number 2. Armor Tome. Armor Tome. Where's a geyser? See if I can heal up a little bit amongst all the crazy. All right, this is where it's going to get dicey. I can try and use some of the obstacles to my benefit. So like the pillars, right? Horde can't go through them, or not all of them can. So can I like use those two to just slow them down from getting to me? Basilisk is probably going to be doing a bunch of work. I really want Armor Tome, but I think I need to go for Evolve Rockets for Burning. So that's like, Burning is a massive multiple later in the game. It's like 60 times, it's like 1.6 times damage between all my different sources of status effect. So it's just a massive damage boost, and like, right, that's the problem, as you can see right now. I don't know if he's going to have... We're not clearing out anything anytime fast. What I need is Ice Wand would be great, and Armor Tome. Ice Wand, Armor Tome. No. This might be the end of our beloved Shield Warden. Regen, buddy. No, he doesn't have enough damage. I thought that might happen. Let's see. I don't know if any of these other guys are going to have the damage output. Let's do Rocket Pilot. Oh my lordy. Okay. Yeah, man. That featured damage is giant. I'm gonna go. Let's see. We have another event segment coming up, so I'm greeting for Armor Tome. Didn't grab it though. Armor Tome. There we go. Ultimate, dude. There we go. Sky Parade. Whee. Whew. That was something. Yeah, Shield Warden put up a valiant effort, but he was not the snowman that we needed today. Scraphammer doing some work there. Floor 7 done. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thanks for all your support these last couple of months. It's been a whole heck of a lot of fun. I'm going to try and keep doing these Dragon Tower runs every Thursday, not Friday, because I wanted the alliteration. DTT sounds like fun. I can try a different hero to start out. What are we doing here? We're doing a 300. So this is going to be a damage check. I can probably run Bunny, and I'm going to try and just grab as much damage as I can here. So let's go with Wizard Ring and Rogue Chest. I wonder with Bunny if it's worth running Rangers for the physical projectile increase in damage. Because Bunny is basically just going to be a damage check. Either he's going to have enough damage to clear out these horde. We're going to be able to tell right at the beginning. He'll have enough damage to clear out the horde, or he won't. And that'll determine whether or not he lives. It's basically the first 10 seconds. So I think he's going to be okay. I hope he'll be okay. Live, buddy. We just need straight damage here, so crossbow will get me burning on everything early without risking another roll. No, doesn't. I don't think he's going to have the damage. Let's go crit. No, not even Bunny has the damage. Sad day. All right, so I have Warlord is going to be, I think, my ace in the hole. He's going to be my top queen this game, my best hero. And it's going to be whether or not I keep him alive. It's going to be whether or not I make it through the end. Because I don't think Werebeast will have enough damage based on what I'm seeing so far to survive through the horde. But we'll see. I can give Trapper a run, yeah. Trapper's going to have an issue with just enough damage check. I don't have him forged up, but I do have his skills up, so he'll have a shot. And he's really good at lower difficulties. If you can get next to a wall, his traps will just go all around you, and you should be good. But I don't know if he's going to have the damage here. All right, let's go back to Rocket Pilot. He's been my boy. So he's going to be the star of the show. And again, now you can... This is, like, again, showing the importance of these featured heroes and why when it was those... Avatar heroes for 3 weeks, I didn't feel comfortable pushing difficulties because I knew I wasn't going to have any backup from like Warlord and Werebeast from the featured heroes. Oh man, he's already starting to cap out. This isn't good for business. Let's see here. He needs more damage still, so trusty Scraphammer. Yeah, moral of the story there too is listen to Orchardist. Whenever he says believe, it's like Wave. Whenever Wave used to tell me anything, I just would take it, just accept it. Right, I'm gonna go for Bori here. It's a nice combination of damage and disruption. The other one you should always listen to from Cake or Death, besides like everyone in Cakery is awesome. Hax has been coaching me since March. He's super knowledgeable about the game. Moratori, you'll see him. He's the cursive name guy that always shows up in the leaderboards. Super knowledgeable about like all the intricacies of the game. Great to have in the Cakery. Dog Josh is invaluable for his ability to get the new hero right away every time, and then tell you how he is. So like I get a whole bunch of data from Dog Josh on like the viability, especially of like adventure heroes, so like very early on, because you guys are able to run them right away. And see, damage tome is the play here. So I really enjoy the cakery. We're always looking for new players, particularly I think at like the lower, like the entry level. So if you in a guild and like nobody does anything, nobody talks, nobody hangs out, consider joining the cakery for sure. And I am still having a damage stat check right now, as you can see. So let's try and not take more damage. Can I heal while I'm flying? Or am I like off the ground so the geyser won't get me? I know I'm healing. Oh, I'm standing in fire though. Is that what you want? This is one big cat. Big cat. Cool. I'm surprised Bunny didn't have the damage at least to like survive more than 20 seconds. That was really sad. Because Bunny is like a damage machine generally. Trapper it is. Trapper. I love Trapper. I'm trying to figure out how to do a skin for the skin competition for Trapper, where it's definitely not Trapper, and it's those like big fake fun mustaches. Like you put like one of those like fake mustaches on him, and then because he's instead of like the bear face, and I think it could work. And he's like standing on like other like kind of like gimmicky fun toy stuff. I really like the gimmicky ones more than like the super serious skin ideas that are in that competition. All right, I'm gonna go damage tome here. Again, I just need damage. But right, you can see here when you get him up against the wall, ideally all of his traps are just going to be like in a semicircle around me, and will give me the best chance at survival. I'm gonna go Ice Wand. So stop this. The extra time there should help me. All right, Kamikaze Bugs and Archers. I can deal with these. The one trick with bugs is if you can actually run towards them, you can like kind of at least control when they're going to explode at you. Ooh, that hit me? Can we get a replay? I don't think I was in that blast radius, at least not intentionally. We just got to keep moving. Follow Dory's advice. Just keep swimming. Okay, I think I really should run Night Ring no matter what, just because I can use that explosion on level up to try and clear out elites. So I'm going to switch over to Night Ring after this. And I'm not going to use Night. I don't think Night Armor is the way to go for me, but the ring will help me clear out some of these elite drakes on level up. So like right now, I could let it explode on him. All right, I'm a big believer in Scrap Hammer. So that's going to be, I think, super high priority for me going forward. The pushback, it's really, really big. I'm surprised Trapper's living this long relative to someone like Bunny. And at this point, I think I have enough damage, so I'm greeting for Armor Tome. Two elites now? Great. How many elites? Two elites, archers, and bugs? Fun. So like right there, I wanted that bug to get to me so I could control when it would explode, so I could do it in between the elite charges. So again there, if I can do it. All right, timed out. Yeah, Trapper's doing work. He's actually doing enough damage here. I'm surprised that Bunny, he's doing more, it seems like he's doing more damage than Bunny, which is surprising to me. All right, thread that needle. And you can see that pushback from Scrap Hammer and Boar. I'm a fan. I think I'm going Divine Aura here, which is an odd one. My first like actual thought I had to make. I'll take. Oh man, I don't think I'm gonna have the damage. Give me an alley out of here. Yeah? Armor tome. Come on, Trapper. Armor tome. Alright, let's make it through. We have to try and wait for an Ice Wand proc, and then run through the Horde. Alright, got the Ice Wand proc. Man, Scrap Hammer. We're not dead until we're dead. Woo. Oh, look at that. Not dead until you're dead. Attaboy, Trapper. I'll take a floor. I'll take a floor out of any hero any day. 1 floor for 1 hero. That's a win in Dragon's Tower, for sure. Man, guy. You go, dude. Scrap Hammer did work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure where that the Night Ring works with Werebeast Shield. I'm like 90% sure. I haven't done it in a while is the problem, but I used to do it all the time. I'm pretty sure it works. Anytime any shield ends, it should be good. All right, so we're going to go Night Ring here. I think this is what I'm going to go with now. And then Jewels, Area of Effect, Critical Strike. I'm pretty sure that that's a marginal thing. I could maybe switch out one of the Critical Strikes for more Area of Effect would be my thinking, but I'm probably not going to make a big difference here. All right, what do we got here? Another 150, another 1,500. Attaboy, Trapper. You've done your duty, my dude. Yeah, I've been sleeping on Scrap Hammer too. So I'm going to run Clockwork Mage, who's one of my favorite heroes. I think she's the best hero for the majority of players, is how I would put her. Because she's the best hero you have, 95, 99% of the game. It's only like towards this end game where, for me at least, she stops having enough damage to survive through like Dragon's Tower. And I just got her up to 4-star Forge. I'm going to push her to 140 for this. Sorry, not 4-star Forge, 4-star levels. But I haven't been... So the damage to slowed is huge for her, but they took a bonus off of Boss Brawl, and so I've been hesitant to level her up, but it'll be really, really important for Dragon's Tower. So let me give that a shot. She's at level 3 here. I can't do anything with those. So I'm thinking that 1.2 multiple is really big, and I'm going to do a video on Clockwork Mage this week or next week. I'll record it and get it out in a couple weeks on why she's so strong. But it's the interaction between these guys, all her skills. So the slow plus slow plus slow everywhere. That's the big reason why she's so strong. Which is like obviously intuitive, but it's the ultimate too. The one problem here for Dragon's Tower is I don't want to take cooldown tome, but I need it to evolve her weapon, and that damage is required. So that's the one problem with Clockwork Mage in late game stuff is you don't need to take cooldown tome, and she needs to take cooldown tome, which isn't great, right? So it's just like the freaking damage stat check is very annoying. And then what does work well for her is the little time bombs explode on other Horde, right? And so Horde with a lot of health explode, I think, for more health, which is big. All right, I'm gonna go. I don't have Burning on Bomb. I'm gonna go Arcane Staff for eventual Death Ray. I know she has a slow, but just Death Ray does so much damage in this game mode. All right, she's living. I think this is a boar. I'm not going to greed. I'm just going to go boar. And now we're going to have to deal with the segments that are coming up. So I do want Armor Tome. Armor Tome is the highest priority item generally. Ugh. All right, so archers won't shoot if they can't see you. They can't hit what they can't see, kind of like dinosaurs. What is that? T-Rex won't attack if you don't move. It can't get you, at least according to Jurassic Park, which is obviously accurate. So this is just run away from the archers. This is actually, I mean, this is kind of like silly. This is really good. Like I'm doing a good job right now. No, it looked kind of silly just running away, but that was like quality. That was some quality running away. Just if I'm being honest about myself. A302, yeah. So my plan is to do every Thursday at 10 Central Time, live runs of Dragon Tower and answer questions. But my video capture card didn't work yesterday, so I had to get a new one today. And so that's why I'm doing them Fridays. But it should be live every Thursday, and I feel like that would be a nice way to like do an hour and a half of gameplay and hang out with people. So that's my plan going forward. I didn't have time to like advertise it this week, and I wanted to make sure that I got my setup better. So like I got the background now on my stream. Still need some help, but like at least there's a background, and the video quality is much better. So small steps. I'm going cooldown tome here because I'm playing Clockwork Mage, and I want to evolve her weapon, even though it's like straight published. Don't stand in the fire, Coles. And that was really, really bad. It was strictly not optimal to get cooldown tone there by any stretch of the imagination. I would like to be able to evolve her weapon. Oh, shit. What? That was bad. And now I'm a cooldown tome into this run, which isn't great. Let's see. Let's go with this guy. Don't want to do anybody fun. I'll save Warlord. And I'll save some other heroes for starts of runs, I think. That was bad. That was not good. I did really good at cutting those archers, and then I did really bad at cutting those archers. So do the good version and not the bad version. I got too into talking about her cooldown tome. But you can tell, right? So that first time, like none of these archers shot at me, and this time they were all shooting at me. So keep an eye on them and keep them far away. Problem is I have cooldown tome now, which is strictly not great. All right, my new favorite weapon. I'm a scrap hammer believer. Look at these micro movements. Can't teach that. Actions per minute. Let's see. Probably. All right. I want to evolve his weapon, obviously. So damage tome is the highest priority here, but I don't have it. So armor tome too. That'll be great. super intense game mode. Everything in Heroes War just super intense. Again, I really like fire orbs. Again, I think I picked this up from Orchardist. Is for applying vulnerability. Is the big one with that. Am I gonna live? Can we do damage, team? Ooh, I didn't. That was a misclick. I don't even know what I picked there. Oh, shit. So there is one thing I could do, which is just like FF and get out of this run. But that's not fun. All right, I need another level. Ooh, that ultimate. Oh, we cleared it. That went about as poorly as I could have gone on the floor. Don't do anything I did there. That was all bad. But we still lived. I think I needed damage. So you missed my first 45 minutes of just been me saying damage over and over again. Poisonous death zones. These are new. They don't have these at lower difficulties. But I can imagine what they are. This is 1500. So with a 1500 floor horde floor, I like using starter heroes. So I'm going to run Monk, and I'm going to assume he's not going to live. So he's going to die at some point during this floor, but hopefully it's after the first 30 seconds, and he can clear out a segment or two. He's decently strong because his ultimate can proc off of just hitting stuff. At lower difficulties, he'll be able to clear a couple floors for you. Here, I'm just setting up Warlord or like Werebeast with Monk. So like right now, I'm just trying to get some levels as best I can. And he's got a shield too, so I should be able to... Let me try and take out this elite. Nope, missed that one. I guess that is a form of skill expression in this game mode, is can you use your shields to take out elites? Woo. Freaking arrows. All right, but that's good. Like him living the first 30 seconds, that definitely did not explode. And then hopefully living through at least this one segment is good. It's a good use of a starter hero. You can call them pawns. I call them twos sometimes in my head. You do a lot of self-reflection in Dragon's Tower because it's so many levels of similar stuff. At least for me. I'm thinking through like life generally. All right, Armor Tome, Ice Wand, or Damage Tome. That one exploded. Maybe that was a level up. Armor Tome. Bomb? Bomb with the long-term goal of getting some burning going. Armor Tome. I have Ice Wand. Let's go Poison. Armor Tome. Armor Tome. At this point, it's Damage Tome. There we go. All right, and then next I'm gonna let's go Aria Tome. I was thinking maybe go Duplicator Tome and try and get his weapon evolved, but let's just like play for. Hey, that was a nice explosion. Let's just play the smart way. And there's a poison. So it seems like only the elites leave behind the like whatever the modifier is for the floor. Let's go Life Tome. I can try evolving his weapon. See how it goes. The big thing with him is his ultimate. You can see his ultimate going right now. And this is why he scales incredibly well earlier in the game into like hard mode stuff. Is because his ultimate procs off of quarterstaff hits. And like you're saying, with the evolution, it's just bouncing everywhere. And lets him proc his shield all the time, proc pushback all the time, and just keep living. So, yeah, Monk is a very strong hero for this game. I'm actually getting to sit and puddle jump a little bit. I haven't been able to do that in a while. Oop. And that's the one other thing about Dragon's Tower, is it goes from, like, nothing happening to, like, kamikaze bugs and archers and, like, everything happening. It's very jolting. I feel like it needs, like a segment starting. Like, it says checkpoint now. It should be, like, kamikaze bugs incoming. Prepare your defenses. Or, you know, something better than that, but... This is mayhem, guys. Total mayhem. Monk is super strong. A good hero. Good old school hero. Is that an elite? No, it's just an ugly guy. Right? Like, I was doing nothing there for like 20 seconds, and then all hell broke loose. Man, I wish... Do I have a damage? I just don't have the damage. Team? Alright. There's a non-zero chance a small human runs onto the screen in 10 seconds. Because having a door closed in this house means nothing to 9-year-olds and 5-year-olds. Heyo. Yeah, Monk survived the floor. That boy. Sorry, I was paying attention. Which isn't... No one wants to see me pay attention. Let's see. So Trapper cleared the floor. So I did a Trapper run. He's now basically non-existent, but he did his job. Pets. I've been running as much damage as I can grab out of pets as I can. So I've been running Owl and Dino and Hydro. What is this guy named? Pyrocrankin and Crystal Source. Try and just sneak out as more damage. You could run Snails, but my issue has always just been like, eventually the Horde will swarm me. We saw it with Shield Warden. Is my biggest concern. It's like it's just damage all the way down. Let's see, what is this floor? 1500. All right, this is a skill floor, so I could try somebody else. Let's see. Anybody have any requests? Tinkerer is not awful. Assassin's not gonna have enough damage. Knight could work. I can give Knight a shot. Knight's Sleeper, one of the better heroes in the game, just all the time for you. Oracle was great last week as featured hero. She was fantastic. I don't think she's going to have enough damage for me. I could try Artificer. He might have enough damage. Where is he? Let's give him a shot. Living Forge. 2k gems for a hero is a good deal generally. Living Forge you're never really going to use, but is a decent shelf hero. I was saying it a little bit earlier. His hero design isn't great, where he's just not going to be able to do like targeted enough damage for you. So his cap is low, but he's a lot of fun. And he's got good globals. So 2k gems for a hero, probably worth it. Probably. Don't expect to play him, I guess, but like you'll have fun with him. And he's a good shelf hero. Alright. Artificer is surviving. Kinda. Survive, buddy? Buddy? Yeah, I don't have any forge levels on Artificer is the big problem here. I think I'm going to go... So I want Armor Tome for the special segment, but I'm still just not clearing Horde yet, so I think I need to get more damage, unfortunately. We got Slimers. Slimers are kiteable as I run through 3 of them. Oh my god, really? I got alternating... Watch the Slimer dance, guys. This is the Slimer dance. Once you get them dancing, they're fun partners. It's just getting them into their initial steps is the hard part. What's the dancing terminology if anybody knows? I don't know what dancing is. That was nice. Once I stopped sucking, I did good. Can write that one down. All right. I'm taking like the best available option instead of greeting there. Like I should probably go for Armor Tome, but that's a meaningful decision, I guess. I'm gonna try and heal up in these things. At this level of difficulty, I have not been able to stand still in a geyser. Ugh. I think I should be good with him. Let me try Werebeast. I haven't done it yet. I've been saving him as like if everything goes to hell, there's always Werebeast. Let me give him a shot now. Werebeast has infinite healing. It's just damage. And let's see if his shield explodes. Is he gonna give me a tick? That did not explode for sure. Didn't give me the visual cue that it did. Let me try again. No, it's definitely not exploding. It's good to know. Alright, that's great. Damage Tome is big. They'll let me evolve it. And I'll evolve his main weapon. Okay, I think he'll be good enough. He should let me clear out 30. It's just going to be damage. Still just damage. Sometimes with Werebeast, I'll switch over to having Crystal Source as my main pet and just let him self-heal and have Crystal Source do the damage for me. Alright, I didn't get Armor Tome, but Ice Wand's a nice backup prize. Armor Tome? That was Night. The Night Explosion did some work there. You could see it. Definitely doesn't proc off of his regular shield, though. So that's good to know. Alright, he lived. That a boy. Thanks, Werebeast. Yeah, I've been playing Rocket Pilot for most of this run. He's my favorite, one of my favorite heroes by far. And the flying over the horde part is great. 1500. Let's give Tinker a shot. Anybody else fun? You know what? Let's give Leprechaun a shot. This guy is I really think at 5-star forge would be super, super strong because he gets a shield from his forge at that point, and he's got a whole bunch of damage built in. So like, the one problem is you have to do this old school like Dragon's Breath damage. Got to spin to win. Let's see if I can play around his ultimate. All right, Armor Tome. That's 100% take. Because he's got the damage. This guy, his coin printing press. Is very strong. Nice one. All right, into Slimers. Great. There's got to be a way to kite these things. I'm getting the impression or the feeling that like I can like run one way and then just run away from their red things, their landing spots, and that's probably ideal kiting. But I don't have a strategy yet in my head totally for how to deal with these blobs of doom. That was well done. So like just change direction so they follow kind of like where you are going. Oh, look at that. That elite just got coined. Well, that was nice. Am I taking damage? Don't take damage. Stop, buddy. I'm going to go Boar, I think. I have Armor Tome. So Boar it be. Can I puddle jump at all? Man, this is like... I will say, the jump up in difficulty from, I think I did 26 last week to this is significant. 26 to 30 is a very big jump. Wow, look at him just printing elites into coins. That a boy. That a boy. This is going to suck. Yeah, that sucked. Let's see. Damage tome. Let's go fire orbs. There was a path there. I saw that. I saw the path. Now it's just like spin to win a little bit here. In this case, it's like flick up and down to win. Doesn't have the same ring. The downtime on his main weapon is noticeable in this. It's not something I've ever really paid attention to. But when Rainbow Staff is down, it's a real hit on his damage numbers. Like Area Tome. On some level, I gotta trust that I can kite, and I gotta just, oh, that was not good. Yeah, it's still damage, man. How am I getting out of this one? Lame. I don't think you can fly outside the map. I'll give that a shot. Oh, lordy. Can we not? That was scary. That's like, so there's a lot of parallels between zombies and children where like handling them one at a time is super easy, but handling 5 children at once is very hard, or 5 zombies at once, and that was a zombie moment. There was a lot of horror there all of a sudden. But that was Leprechaun essentially getting through that floor for me, so I can't complain. Explosive. They explode on death. Great. Who are we up next to? Oh wait, you can? You can clear the wall with this guy? No way. I'm taking a risk here because this is a 1500 floor horde. Horde floor? I'll get that right eventually. Cast your ultimate, bro. Be the cat hero we've always wished you could be. Always knew you could be. There's no way I'm going to be able to go over this wall. You're saying I'm going to be able to go over this wall? What the hell? No way. What is this? What am I doing over here? Guys, am I going to die? Am I going to fall? What happened? What the world? This is what? I mean, they're gonna have to patch this now, right? Because I'm showing people by accident. Like I can't move, guys. I'm just raining. I'm raining hellfire. This is actually pretty cool. I mean, I think I'm gonna beat Dragon's Tower this week. I'm not gonna do this anymore because, like, on principle. But thank you, Nasabi, if I'm saying that right, for this moment of awesome. Oh, look, I'm flying again. Okay, so when you get the ultimate, then you get to find your new place. Whee! This is fun. So the nice thing about single player games is that, like, this is just fun. Like, there's no, the fact that it's broken isn't great, but also, like, I'm not hurting anybody by doing this. I won't do it and again, but, like, this is awesome. Like, this is a moment of fun. Very, very cool. I love this cat guy. Am I gonna fly back? I can't even fly back if I wanted to right now. I have to wait for an ultimate again, and then maybe I can get back in. Can't get me, guys. Ah. That was awesome, dude. Thank you for telling me to do that. I don't know how I didn't do it by accident before. Well, one fun thing about to note with 5-star borer and home guard is if you move out of the way, like they come back to you. If you move out of the way, they'll go past you and hit horde on the opposite side. So there's a strategy where you have home guard and you don't, and you purposely let them like miss you. Little thing. Well, that was really cool. I did not expect to see that. Oh no, low battery. That I got to figure out how to do. I don't know how to charge my phone midstream. Well, I got 15 floors to go and 20%, so we can make that happen. Or 5 floors to go, right? Let's see, 3,500. I'm going to try and heal up Warlord on this one. I'm going to start out with a different horde, a different hero. So this is pretty typical on 3,500 floor horde floors. Start out with a different hero and then switch over to the guy you want to heal back up. That was awesome. I was a business analyst in a past life. I used to do litigation consulting. I did litigation consulting for like 2 years out of college, which was actually like great. Consulting in general was awesome just to like learn how to use Excel, learn how to use like learn how to think. Basically, it's like another like it teaches you the way to think for business kind of thing, which was I thought really important. So I'm a big fan of consulting and business analysts and stuff like that. Whee. All right, so Santa's gonna die. There's no way he's living, but he ate up the first 30 seconds and got me a level upgrade. So I'll take that. And then my plan here is to use Warlord and try and puddle jump and heal back up as best I can. So that's the plan. That's my plan in my head is like stand in puddles and heal. And not just die right away. What in the world? Bro. You had one job. Which was not do that. So even my foolproof plan did not foolproof itself. That was really, really stupid. Just for reference, like that was not good gameplay. Now I'm stuck healing up 1% at a time. And this is also obviously why they had to nerf. Man, I really need damage tome. This is why they nerfed. They did that 5% to 1% move on Warlord is for this very reason. Where like if I was healing 5% per wide swing right now, this game mode would be a joke. And that's why they nerfed it. Unfortunately, like they just did it at a really bad time back then. All right, I should be able to live now. Hopefully. Jesus. This is not... I did not want to be playing this on a knife. This was like a healing level, guys. This was not a knife's edge, have to pay a lot of attention level. Yeah, Teds.
Can you play Takes Two with me?
In a little bit. I'm on screen right now, dude.
No one ever gets to play Takes Two.
I will play It Takes Two with you. Can you turn the light back on?
Yeah.
No?
I'll be in your video. So when you do St. Louis, I could be in your videos.
Yeah? Well, you're on the video, so there you are. Yeah.
Hi!
This is Teddy.
I want a new hat.
You want to see my lap? Can you give me 10 more minutes to finish, and then I'll play with you?
I want to be in the video.
You are in the video.
Oh.
Let me mute this. I know. I will play with you when I'm done with this. All right, buddy. I'm at 20% battery, so I'm gonna be done soon.
Why is my bunny in here?
I added him to my shelf. Do you like him?
It's okay.
It's okay. Who's your favorite guy back there?
Bunny.
The bunny. Oof. All right. We have a new shelf hero behind me. I'll try and get him out of here in a second when I'm done with this run. All right.
That's gonna make him look creepy.
Can you make him more creepy? I think he looks pretty creepy as is, bud. All right. I think I survived this floor. Going about as poorly as I could have done it. So.
We finished.
Almost done, buddy. I have 3 more floors to go.
I'll just set the bunny up.
How'd I set him up?
Yeah. So
You can do whatever you want. Make him look as creepy as you can, okay?
Yeah.
You might need to back him up against something.
Does this look more creepy?
Let's ask. Does this look more creepy? What's creepy?
Like this when it's
Heads backwards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Teddy, give me. I know it's hot. Give me 5 minutes, okay? Ted.
I want to be behind them.
Okay. All right. That was floor 15. That was a really poorly executed floor by me. I might need to head out because Teddy needs to be played with, but we only have, this is the last day of summer vacation. So next week I will have not children running around constantly behind me.
Can someone please come play?
Is Mom upstairs, bud, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she doesn't know how to play Takes Two. She doesn't know how to play my favorite
She does.
level. But she doesn't know how to play my favorite level.
Have you guys played It Takes Two on Switch? It is a fantastic game. It's a lot like Portal, but with like a different theme. It's a lot of fun. Let's see.
No, if you ever play It Takes Two on Switch, like and subscribe.
Thanks, Dad. I don't know if you caught that, but Ted just said, if you've ever played It Takes Two on Switch, then like and subscribe.
I don't know why you should have said that.
I appreciate it, buddy. I'm not going to fly off the map, but I appreciate knowing that exists for the future. And yes, I will try not to tell anybody about that, at least this week. That was a pretty cool.
No! I'm getting so tired of waiting. Now, Dad?
Why don't you go upstairs, buddy?
No, I want you to play with me now.
Okay.
Can you just cancel your video?
Yep. I'll finish up this floor and then I'll go play with you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I'll just play behind the umbrella.
All right. Does anybody have any questions about anything too? This would be the last floor that I do. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Let me know if you like this generally. Happy to keep doing it. I'll probably just keep doing it every Thursday just for fun.
Like and subscribe.
Most of them have already subscribed to it.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because these are the guys that have been watching me and hanging out for like 6 months now. It's been a lot of fun.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
My business partner keeps telling me to mention to like and subscribe, which I don't think I've ever done before. So maybe I should learn something from him.
Wait, from me?
From you.
From Teddy?
From Teddy.
I really know anything about subscribing. But I do know something about this.
Teddy, bad idea. All right, Rocket Pilot is definitely the MVP of the week.
Oh my God, Daddy, watch this.
Yeah, buddy.
Watch this. Daddy, watch this.
1 second, dude. I can't watch this.
Buddy? Buddy, Dad?
I'm not ready.
Buddy, Dad? Hey,
Teddy is
hey,
destroying my lighting.
Hey.
Hey, Ted, it's not a toy.
Now can you play?
I'm almost done. We got one more floor to go, or one more part of this floor to go.
Give me tennis ball. Here you go.
I have not done Bunny and BB yet. I was getting ready. I was trying the technology out for this live stream, and then
Make
got
sure
on the live
to like
stream.
and subscribe for my daddy because he is fun.
Thanks, Teddy.
Hey.
So I'm gonna do Boss Brawl now after I play some Switch with Teddy. How long until the yellow gets really in? The mythic gear comes a lot faster after Ascended because you have the upgraded noble gear that gets you keys faster. So that'd be much faster. So it feels like it comes in faster. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching the first 16 floors of Dragon's Tower. I'll be back. I'll have a video coming out every Sunday, and I'll be back next Thursday with more Dragon Tower. Looks like I'll be able to beat all 30 floors. And we now know this nice little rocket pilot cheat code. All right. So, and remember, always do your adventures.